In this episode, we explore Milton Island, and then it's just a short cruise to our next destination, Kingston, Ontario. Hey, that's where we live. Welcome aboard. Good morning from Milton Island. Well, there's a good lesson learned here. Last night we were in the perfect spot for the wind, which was coming from behind me. Overnight the wind shifted, and we thought it wasn't going to be as bad as it was, but the wind is now coming towards us, and that led to a pretty bumpy night. Lots of squeaking. Managed to solve that maybe around 4 this morning with a quick fix for some of the squeaking. But it is a cold and beautiful morning today. So we will stick around for a while, explore the island with Chloe, see what she can see, and then probably later on today, well, definitely later on today, we're going to make our way to the Kingston Confederation Basin, where we can have power and replenish our water and meet some friends for dinner. These islands are so nice and so well maintained. It's really impressive. You know, the best part of these early morning walks is picking spider webs out of my face. I just always seem to walk right into them. Well, there's the ferry between Kingston and Wolfe Island. And that might be Cedar Island, just to the right, the first island to the right of the ferry. You might be able to make out the Martello Tower. I'd like to stop in there tomorrow. Well, I love stuff like that. So we are on the tip of Milton Island. This is our little morning constitutional. And you can see Cedar Island in the background, and then Wolfe Island with all the wind thing stuff. I haven't had enough coffee, clearly. It's beautiful. It's a little cold, but what a difference from yesterday. And just beyond Cedar Island is Kingston, where we are going to be. It's still a wee bit brisk outside, so I'm wearing a warmer hat. There's quite a wind coming in from the northeast, actually. So I'm sitting in a pavilion, which is pretty awesome. Great view. There's a stove right there. But unfortunately there is absolutely no firewood, so that's a bit of a disadvantage. And it wouldn't really warm the place up because the wind is just whipping through here. But Yeah, it's just a great opportunity to walk around and take a look and see what's where. And where's the boat in the background? There she is. I guess one of the questions is, what do you do when you're at an island and there's nobody around? If there was another couple, I think that would have been fun, just get to know some people. But I'm really comfortable with this. And sometimes doing nothing is totally underrated. There's something wonderful about doing nothing. Just looking around, looking at the birds and the trees and the wildlife, and just kind of alone with your own thoughts. It's a pretty good place to be. And usually just with workload and life and everything else that gets in the way, these are pretty rare opportunities. So I'm determined to take absolute advantage of them.
And we're off, cruising towards Kingston, Ontario. Here's the route, leaving Milton Island, going south of Cedar Island, that's the one on your map, and then kicking up to the northwest to get into Confederation Basin. You can see Wolf Island on the left. Cedar Island is just to our 1 o'clock. And then, of course, to the far right is the mainland. It's not a very long cruise for us, maybe I think it took about 45 minutes to get there, just chugging along at a very leisurely pace. But let's speed it up a bit. What we found kind of funny is that we were cruising to Kingston. Well, that's where we live. Our house is about a 5 minute drive away from the marina we were going to be at, and we were starting to wonder, do we need any supplies? Is there anything we need from home? Should we take a cab or call a friend? And we decided not to bother. We wanted to experience Kingston from a very different angle, and we certainly did, coming in by boat rather than driving downtown by car. I'm always fascinated by the Martello Towers. Those are those round turrets. You can see one just off to about the 1 o'clock. That's on Cedar Island. And there are a number of them around Kingston. They're round towers, and I'll talk a little bit more about them, but they were set up as part of the harbor defenses for Kingston in the 1800s. It was around this time, being 10 or 15 minutes out from the marina, that I called ahead, just to let them know that we had a reservation and inquiring where our slip would be. I also asked if there'd be a deckhand or somebody to help us dock, and there was. Everybody there was so helpful. I mean, they do this all the time. But we were given an absolutely great berth just on the main dock in Confederation Basin. And there we are. Confederation Park and Confederation Basin are right in downtown Kingston, and it's the best part of the city. You're just a couple of minutes away from anything you could want: shops, stores, history, pubs. There's great food and wonderful entertainment to be had in Kingston. Our plan for the evening was to get some takeaway. We were thinking of cooking, but again, with all the restaurants, why not take advantage of it? Get some takeaway and come down to the boat, and a couple of really good friends were driving in from Gananoque to have dinner with us aboard. I do like the fact that to access the marina facilities or to access the marina, you needed a key code, which was given to you when you checked in at the marina offices. That extra bit of security just gives peace of mind when you're wandering around the city. By afternoon, the wind had dropped, the temperature rose, and we were treated to an absolutely beautiful, temperate afternoon. An interesting part of Confederation Basin is the fact that there's a Martello Tower right in the center of it. Now, it's part of the harbor defenses from the 1800s. If you look across the bay, you can see another tower, and that site is the Royal Military College of Canada. And this is where young officers are educated for the Canadian Armed Forces. It's the equivalent of Sandhurst for the British or West Point for the Americans. We do love Kingston. It's vibrant, it's got a great feel, it's a small city, but it has everything you could possibly want. We had a great dinner with our friends, lots of laughs, and we'd ordered takeaway from the Kingston Brewing Company, which was literally a block up the road from the marina. After that, took Chloe for a final walk around the park and went to bed. It was really fascinating to see our own city from a completely different perspective. Hey, everybody. If you like what you saw, click that like button, hit subscribe, and tell your friends. Don't ever stop exploring. And we'll see you next time.